This video is about the second stimulus check update for June 8th and for July delay to payment negotiations. Let's begin. Okay, here we go. But first, before we begin, hopefully everyone had a great weekend, at least a safe weekend. So let's begin. So feel free to come to if you're reading this, or if you're reading this on my page, or you're watching this on the YouTube site, feel free to stroll online. It got a description. It also has the link to my page for this article. Also, I did my research this weekend. This is if you click the link below, if you scroll down either on my page or you look on the description on YouTube, you'll click this link here and it'll lead you to my research. Here's the article I came across. The article titles Second Stimulus Check for July Delay to Payment Negotiations, which this is basically about what amount and what date, as I said before, what date is the stimulus check is going to be issued out. So the United States National Economic Council Director Larry Kudlow has spoken about President Trump's recovery plan and how the decision may be a while away, which, once again, I'm just going to make this brief here, which I just want to give you guys an update. The following, you got questions about what's the updates on the status of issuing out your second stimulus check. So came across this information. Do your due diligence, read more about it, got the link involved. But he was on Fox News. Larry Kudlow was actually, he used to be a part of Fox Business News. So you can read more on that. I will have videos about that also. I have it in the playlist. But speaking on Fox, I'm just going to do some brief information or points that stood out. Speaking on Fox Business, the U.S. National Economic Council Director Larry Kudlow provided an insight into the economic recovery and suggested that a second payment may still be some time off, with negotiation possibly not to restart until after 4th July celebrations, which that falls on the 4th of July falls on a Saturday, which that's going to follow the following Monday. So we're talking about now another month, based on a little bit under a month, based on the day's date is the 8th, right? So you're looking at 4 weeks, if that's what they decide. We haven't talked about the Democrats, okay? We haven't went to that side. I'll do some videos and research on that also. But it's mainly on the House Senate, which Larry, this is information what he's coming across also. So I stroll on down. Once again, go to this site, go to the link here, get a full input on there. He's talking about, he wants to see what happens after the holidays, which is the 4th of July. His issue is here, which one of the reasons we slowed down the negotiation, which I reckon they'll resume after July 4 holiday weekend, Kudlow began, was because we wanted to assess the numbers. Today's numbers was a very pleasant surprise, certainly to the private sector and even to us in the office. So maybe there are more very pleasant surprises, so we have to evaluate. That's what he said. And he also stated on here about the job market, which he gave an example. I myself think we need to move from rescue and assistance to more long-term economic growth incentives. For example, the president mentioned payroll tax holidays for the workforce. He talked about capital gains. He talked about tax breaks for restaurants, entertainment, sports contests. He's talked about tax breaks for tourism. Those were the hardest hit areas, so we'll be looking at assessing that as time goes by. Another thing you got to look to also at that time, in the next 4 weeks, we're slowly steady opening up restaurants, entertainment, and sports contests. You see, so we still have this epidemic. We still have this thing going around. I can't pronounce it on here because I want you guys to be able to see this video on YouTube. YouTube's frown upon certain words, which you know what I'm talking about, of this time. So the pandemic, that's what they want to see what's going to happen, if the economic market is going to improve by opening up that. But in some states, in some areas, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. from the last recent holiday or the opening. We just slowly opening up restaurants, entertainment, bars, beaches, and now it's kind of like a test issue. But I advise you, people, be careful. Be careful. Never haven't had a chance to say that, but thank you, nurses, doctors, people that work in the hospitals, especially nursing homes. Also, they do what they can for that. Wouldn't you agree? So we thank you. We thank you for that. Because it's like right now, personally, and another side issue, we're at war with each other. Why, are we at war with each other when we're trying to survive for each other, for the United States of America? So, that's another issue. I really don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on the main issue, which we're looking for the status update of the second issue checks, or the stimulus checks on there. But you gotta be careful, people. If you don't have your health and strength, you can't spend that money. You're gonna spend more of that money on your health and your strength. But by these two parties in Congress arguing over certain issues of how much, or actually the time, and you're worrying about the economy, that honestly doesn't, that's selfish to me. That doesn't make sense. You got to take care of the leaders, and I urge you guys to vote. Look at what happened. Do a check, do a status check, grade them on their performance. Democrats, Republicans, liberals, whoever's in that representing the Congress, which I'm going to get a top 10 list. I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to at least the top 5, the top 10 list of who do you think who's doing their job, for who you voted for their position. Who's doing their positions? Who's focusing? Who's representing you? And who's not? Who needs to be fired? We need to vote. Who needs to be voted out? What is, like I said, Democratic, Republican, liberal. It's all about survival, right? So, I just want to make that brief. Go ahead and do your due diligence here. Here's the full source. Here's also my section. Make sure you guys subscribe if you like these types of videos, if you like these types of articles. I'm going to start filling these articles until we get more momentum and people are becoming more successful in their goals. When I say successful in their goals, they're receiving a stimulus check so they can take care of their bills. No one wants to be late on their bills, but you got to survive. We're in survival mode. And we're wondering the world, or the United States is wondering our history. They're looking at our history, how we overcome, where we're now, it's either worse or better now. We're trying to make it better. So much opportunity here in the United States. And that's another topic about how to get multiple streams of income. I always be prepared for these certain types of things that are happening now. That's another video. But I just want to make this brief. This is the second stimulus check update for June 8th. And here's the link. Feel free to stroll down the YouTube channel. You can click here. It's also information. Do your due diligence here. This is a source that I got this from, which is as.com. This is their article. It's talking about Larry Kudlow. So stay tuned for other videos and updates. Be happy to get you more updates. Send me your questions. Got any questions? What do you think? What do you think about your senators who you voted on? Yay or nay? Or boot them out? Get them out? What do you think? So thanks for watching and have a great day.